The House of Representatives has officially passed the Republican budget bill. Minutes ago, House members caved after an all nighter in which many House Republicans refused to vote for this bill. Hakeem Jeffries spoke on the floor for several hours, delaying the final vote, but ultimately he was just delaying the inevitable. And here we now have a Republican budget bill that is heading towards the president's desk. This is a morning that I know many of you didn't want to see, a morning that many of you dreaded because of the impacts of this budget bill. And I wanted to take most of this morning update and just let you know what's coming on the horizon. This budget bill will codify Donald Trump's tax cuts that he originally were passed in 2017 into law. They will make sure that these tax cuts remain, that they do not expire, benefiting the wealthiest Americans across the country. Meanwhile, those who actually need social support, well, they're going to get some cuts to their welfare programs. This bill will cut $930 billion from Medicaid funding, nearly $1 trillion in Medicaid funding. It will cut hundreds of billions of dollars in SNAP funding, food assistance. It will allow a number of Affordable Care Act subsidies to expire. It will practically defund Planned Parenthood off of Medicaid, losing over $700 billion in funding for Planned Parenthood by the end of this year. It will be imposing a number of work requirements for social services like Medicaid, like SNAP. Now, many of these cuts won't take effect until 2027 or even 2028. The tax cuts will take effect almost immediately, but the social services cuts, the cuts to Medicaid, the cuts to SNAP, those were pushed off until after the 2026 midterm elections. Meanwhile, ICE will soon become the nation's largest law enforcement agency. The bill is allocating $350 billion to border and security programs, including $46 billion for Donald Trump's wall and $45 billion for additional detention beds. It will fund 10,000 new ICE agents by 2029 as part of a mass deportation effort, making ICE the largest law enforcement agency in the nation, surpassing the Bureau of Prisons and the FBI in terms of manpower, in terms of beds for undocumented migrants, and more. It will conduct a number of clean energy tax cuts. The bill will roll back clean energy tax breaks from President Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, specifically those for solar and wind. They will expire now at the end of this year, 2025, instead of at the end of 2032. The child tax credit will be raised to $2,200 per child starting in 2026. Without the bill, it would have went from $2,000 per child where it is now to about $1,000. Well, this will raise the child tax credit to $2,200 per child starting next year. The debt limit will be raised by $5 trillion, which exceeds what the House passed previously, a $4 trillion increase. And the legislation will add $3.3 trillion to the national debt between now and 2034. Who benefits the most? The wealthy. The wealthiest in America will see their income go up by about 2.2%. Who hurts the most? Low-income Americans, who will see, according to Yale University's Budget Lab, an average drop about 2.5% in their income due to the safety net cuts. Donald Trump is expected to sign this bill into law as soon as today before the 4th of July weekend. It's not going back to the Senate. It's going straight to his desk where he'll likely have a major bill signing event. This is real. This is happening. I know it's an update that not many of you wanted, but it's the news nonetheless. If you want to support my work after many sleepless nights, please consider subscribing to my Substack by clicking the button below or sending a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas. In some news that's not related to the budget bill, overnight we learned that Kilmar Abrego Garcia was tortured. He was tortured in El Salvador. He was beat by Salvadoran officials at CCOT. He was forced to undress. He was forced to have his head shaved before being frog marched to a cell while assaulted with batons. He lost 31 pounds in 2 weeks at CCOT due to malnutrition and abuse. He was held in an overcrowded, windowless cell with no mattresses and was forced to kneel all night and was beaten if he collapsed and was denied bathroom access. In addition, Florida's quote-unquote alligator Alcatraz detention facility has opened up, but not without issues. It did experience flooding as a result of storms. Now, Florida officials say this facility was built to withstand a Category 3 hurricane. They're lying. That's just simply not true. And the first undocumented migrants have been sent there overnight. Republicans are now selling merchandise to promote the facility. Meanwhile, some, including Laura Loomer, who is one of the president's closest advisors and speaks with them regularly, says, quote, "The good news is alligators are guaranteed at least 65 million meals if we get started now." She's not just talking about undocumented migrants, folks. 65 million is the number of Hispanic Americans in the United States. They're talking about everyone. That's all the news right now. It's going to be another busy day. We're going to get more information about a whole host of things, and I'll provide you updates throughout the day, and I'll let you know when and if Donald Trump signs this bill into law. As always, thank you for your support, and I'll see you this evening.